brother. No Kim. Oh boy, this is a rough start. Here we go. We are live, my friends. This is Live Free or Die, otherwise known as the Eli King Show. We're having a little trouble with the CG today, but we're going to try to work with it. Oh, look how my CG comes up. Ryan, if you can hear me, get in here. But that's all right. Thank you for joining me, my friends. Once again, it is the 9/11 special, 9/11 Truth, 2015 Part 2, and we have our special guest host, Luigi. And Luigi, thank you for joining me once again.
Thanks a lot, Eli. Hello, everybody in New York. You all better wake up today and listen to this show.
Absolutely. As you see in my background over here, we have the BBC journalist who announced that the Salomon Brothers building number 7 collapsed 20 minutes before it actually collapsed. As you can see, WTC7 is still here. Like I said, as she said, it collapsed, but it did not collapse. And we will show you a couple of clips also in regards to show you that this was a controlled demolition. And then Luigi will further elaborate on who exactly was responsible for this atrocious event. Yeah, let's get started a little bit with who's actually. Before we get started, I want to show the videos so people can understand and know and feel what the hell went on 14 years ago, 9/11. Well, they're doing these fake ceremonies or whatever. It makes me sick, Luigi. Anyway, let's get to the video.
Roll it.
All right. The first video is going to be of building number 7 collapsing. That's not it. Oh boy. Oh, we're having troubles. No, don't give me this. Oh boy. Alright, Luigi, why don't you take over and tell everybody who's responsible for these atrocious attacks on 9/11 while I get some technical support here. Go.
Okay, Eli, first what I'd like to tell everybody in New York is that they should all take the time and do their own research. Look up Christopher Bolin, and I've also discovered this young lady by the name of Rebecca Roth.
I'm trying to get the... Go ahead, keep talking, Luigi. I'm trying to get the Mac and the CG. The CG goes black. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I only see that.
Bring it down again.
Keep talking, Luigi. Keep talking.
I advise all you guys to look that up. Again, the names are Christopher Bolin and Rebecca Roth. They really have a lot of good insight on what went down and to who did it. Okay, so what I'd like to start with is to say this. When we're dealing with a nation that says, by way of deception, thou shalt conquer, it looks like we're in trouble from the start. Am I still on, Eli?
Yes, you are. I just lowered my mic for a little bit while we run the technical support here. Keep going, Luigi. You're doing wonderful.
Okay, so what I said there, we're dealing with a really big thing that has many different aspects to it. Okay, so we went through last week. You know, we talked about the Israeli connection. We talked about how the bombs were going off in the basement. But I'd like to take it from there, like almost to like the Willie Rodriguez perspective of how he started his day by not making his way up to the towers where the restaurant. I forgot the name of the restaurant.
Windows of the World.
Yeah, if he would have been up to Windows of the World, he wouldn't have made it. He was late to work. But then again, you've also got Larry Silverstein, who was getting his breakfast there every day, but on that day, he did not show up.
And as Christopher Boland said, a lot of other people didn't show up as well either. And who were these people, Luigi?
Well, you know, the Otago system warned all the Jewish people about an imminent attack at 8:45 at the World Trade Center.
That's right. I
So
forgot
right
the
there-
name of the system, and thank you for reminding me and the audience. The Otago system. Go ahead.
So they were warned ahead of time. But like we said last week, we're not blaming the people of Israel, but it's like a good cop, bad cop thing. Until I see one of them step up and admit to this is wrong, I don't have either way. I'm just saying it's with me either way.
I hear you. All right, so now I think we can get to these videos. We worked out these technical snafus. So with that, we're going to go to the World Trade Center number 7 shot. So you can see that World Trade Center number 7 was imploded. It was collapsed. A Dutch... a guy from the Netherlands was a construction demolition expert, Danny DeDjango, I think his name was. I'm getting his name wrong, but it sounds something
That's
like
right.
that. And yeah, they showed him this video here, and he basically said, this is a controlled demolition. And he had no idea this was 9/11. He had no idea this is World Trade number 7. He had no idea. No idea. He's not a 9/11 truther. And what did they do? What did they do? They killed him. That's what they do. These Zionist terrorist scum. All right, let's show the video. All right, here we go. This building collapses. That building right there collapses in 6.6 seconds at free fall speed in its own footprint. Okay, boys and girls? Are you telling me that Danny DeDjango, demolitions expert, got it wrong? All of us got it wrong? Come on, man. You can't wire up a building. Even Larry Silverstein said pull it. All right, let's go to this next video about when you can see the South Tower actually poof, 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 shooting out. I'm going to get to my point here. You're going to see. And then we'll get on with Luigi's brave words. All right, here we go. You hear that? Boom, boom. Let's play that again. One more time for you folks that did not see it. Again. I mean, if that's not so obvious, I don't know what is. And the last video I want to show before we go on with the show is as I like to think like a detective, a New York City detective. And what do New York City detectives do in the scene of a crime? What do they do, Luigi, usually? Who do they talk to? The eyewitnesses. They talk to the first people on scene. So here were the people on scene who saw the buildings collapse, and they happen to be New York City firefighters. Go figure. Let's see what they have to say about this. I call this one boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to my room.
We made it outside. We made it about a block.
We made it at least two blocks, and we started running. Floor by floor, instead of popping out.
It was if they had detonated.
Yeah,
If they
detonated,
were planned to
yeah.
take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running.
Just ran up west.
And then you just sort of, this cloud of shit chasing you down.
Could
Just
not
ran
run
up
it.
west.
They
Hear
were
it
planned
again?
to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down.
They were planned to
Yeah.
take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching
They were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running.
It's after, like if they plan to take down a building from a New York City firefighter himself. Let's watch it one more time. I just have to. I have to.
And then you just sort of, this,
If they had detonated.
Yeah,
If they were
detonated,
planned to
yeah.
take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
all the way down. I was
Boom,
watching it
boom,
and
boom,
running.
boom,
Just ran
boom,
up.
boom, 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 boom. Now let's go back to the second clip. I'm sorry, I just have to. I have to. Because it's ridiculous. Boom, 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 boom. Hello? This is what they will not show you on the mainstream media. This is what they will not show you on the little 9/11 memorial service. They will not show you the truth. But here, you will hear the truth on the Eli King Show. Live free or die. This is what our motto, baby. Yeah! We will get vengeance on all you scum who have killed all my brothers and sisters on my island. This is my island, Manhattan. Luigi, please, take over.
Eli, I'm just as pissed, bro. This is for all the people that were jumping and just died on that day. It makes me sick. But anyways, we got explosions in the basement before the planes hit, confirmed by Mr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, did you? I'm sorry to
ahead.
cut you off, but did you see these videos? Wasn't it blatantly obvious that there were some explosives in the building? And you can even look up online in YouTube of all the other witnesses who aren't firefighters and who are police officers and everybody else who said, like you, Willie Rodriguez, heard explosions in the basement and explosions before the planes hit, explosions after the planes hit, just explosions going on everywhere. It's sick.
Hundreds of witnesses.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, the lobby, if you notice and by the way, Eli, I saw those videos hundreds of times, bro. And the lobby.
And we got to show them 100 times more every year. Like you said, we got to stick on it. We got to stay on it, Luigi. Keep putting it in their head, just like they was trying to brainwash us. Like Eric Holder said, let's brainwash them so that they don't like using guns. We got to brainwash them so that the guns are not in society anymore. Well, I'm sorry to say, I'm going to brainwash you to the truth about how this was an inside job by the Zionists and the corrupt organizations of the Illuminati to take down our towers, to bring us into wars into the Middle East, to get the opium, the oil, and the gold. I'm carrying on here. Go ahead. I cut you off again, Luigi, my brother. Go.
I'm glad to hear it, brother. We keep preaching. But anyway, gold, oil, drugs. Gold, oil, and drugs. All three were involved in this massive cover-up of land, of drugs, of gold, of everything. It makes me sick again. But anyways, if you noticed as the firemen were walking in, the lobby is completely destroyed. Massive chunks of granite tiles are knocked off the wall, and they're explaining that as a fireball that shot down the elevator shaft and blew the lobby out. No, that's impossible.
The two freight elevators were out of service that day, my friend. So that yeah, like you said, it is not possible.
Yeah, we had those explosions. Hector David was in the basement. It blew all the skin off of his arms and his face. That was really Rodriguez's first guy he encountered from the basement after hearing the explosions.
And what about all the witnesses like Barry Jennings and all the other guys who mysteriously have died because they witnessed this? They witnessed Willie Rodriguez and other janitors dragging people out of the elevators in the basement with their skin burnt and hanging off, and the basement walls have been blown out and collapsed. It looked like a bomb went off in the lobby when the plane hit on the 70-something floor. It's a farce. It's all a movie show. This was a movie set done by the Hollywood Zionists who run our movie industry. Now, if you want to give us a call, 212-245-7273. If you have any questions for me or Luigi, go right ahead. All right, Luigi, take it away.
So I was listening to a woman, Dr. Judy Wood. Also, I'm sorry, that's another guy, a person we should look up, but that is a controversial issue. She was saying that like a new type of weapon was used, because you notice as the buildings collapsed, and all that dust almost looks like a volcano comes up. She's saying there's a weapon that was like destroying the building from the inside, turning it to dust, as the time was going by from the point of the explosions of the airplanes and the explosions in the basement.
Yes, I heard that one as well. Yes, absolutely.
As you can see, as big giant chunks of steel are falling, they're turning to dust. And if you notice, the steel from the buildings was thrown for blocks. What was that, 6 blocks, I believe, was the furthest piece thrown. And those are big chunks of steel that were thrown. So there's no way a fall. Anyways, a pancake fall, that thing the top would have fell off, and it would have felt like it would almost destroyed the whole Manhattan. You know?
Not only that, she also explained that all the cars and the fire trucks around the area somehow disintegrated and like burned to a crisp. But meanwhile, all the papers and the furniture, they were intact. So how does paper not burn up into a crisp, but cars and stuff, which were blocks away, were burnt to a crisp? Maybe they were using these futuristic weapons.
Yeah, she's talking about the heat of the dust as it was, going away from the building, the heat from the dust. But I don't know, Eli, as you could see, if you ever noticed the handles that were probably aluminum, they were completely gone. Did you notice that? The handles of the car?
No, but I'm sure if I took a closer look, I would. Everybody should take a closer look at these videos, at these testimonies, listen to the 9/11 witnesses, listen to Barry Jennings, watch 9/11 Loose Change, watch any 9/11 documentary you can get your hands on, especially Christopher Bolin and David Duke, who break it down, who Alex Jones had censored. He also censored Tex Mars, because they tend to point out the actual criminal element of this criminal conspiracy that took place on 9/11/2001.
Yeah, don't forget Rebecca Ross. She's really into the Israeli end of it. She talks about how there was Mossad agents. No, remember how they said there was agents on the plane that were like highly trained and could like kill anyone with a cigar or whatever?
Yes.
Those were Mossad agents.
I believe it.
There was a lady, I forgot, a Chinese lady that made a call from the hangar, as you talked about last week, talking about how the guy was up on the stairs and that. She said the guy is in 10B, and they looked that up, and it was a Mossad agent, one of the most highly trained in airline hijacking. She believes he was a handler, brought the plane down, and took it from there.
And also, we were talking about the dancing Israelis. I actually saw a clip of these three guys. They more look like teenagers or in their young 20s. They were interviewed in Israel or Europe somewhere, and they were asked the question: why were you guys not only dancing, but why were you there filming it? And they were like, "Oh, we were just there to film the event." Pause. What event? How did you know this event was going to go on? So you were there in anticipation of 9/11? You knew 9/11 was going to go down, so you were dancing and filming it? These guys were caught and arrested by a New Jersey police officer. I mean, the proof just and the evidence just piles up each and every day, each and every year, Luigi.
Yeah, I believe there was 3 trucks involved from Urban Moving Systems, the Mossad front. One of them was driving around with a picture of a plane and the towers. Another one was blew up on 6th and King Street, and the cops caught the 2 Israelis fleeing from there, and they also got the guys with the van with a picture on it. There was 140 Israelis caught before 9/11, 60 caught on the day or really close to afterwards.
So all these Israelis are caught and captured, and they are all let go and sent home on the next Tel Aviv flight the same day with the mayor of Jerusalem, who happened to be in the city on 9/11, but nobody talks about that. And yeah.
They weren't flown out that day, those guys. They were held for, I believe, till the end of November, and they were sent back. Chertoff is a big player in this. He sent them home.
Oh, Michael Chertoff, of course, the creator of the naked body scanners. He actually had the naked body scanners set and ready, built and ready, sold and ready to go 9/12. How do you know that you need all these thousands and thousands of body scanners before 9/11?
Yep, he also was in charge of I believe he was in charge of the evidence at the site. And all the pieces of steel. First thing you do with a crime, right, is you secure the scene. What did they do? Started taking the steel, cutting it into 5-foot sections, mixing it with garbage steel, sending it over to Japan, at a time Japan was paying the cheapest price for steel, and it was costing us $25 a ton to ship it, and we could have sent it to Pittsburgh.
Disgusting. I can't believe nobody wants to call up on this, especially the Zionist counterparts here. Anybody wants to call up 212-245-7273 if you have any questions or you want to debate us on this in any way, anything. Please give us a call. Anything else in your notes, Luigi? Please go ahead.
Yeah, we're looking at those airplanes, right? So I can't remember the guy's name. He was the head of the banker for the Pentagon at the time. He was in charge of a company that modified 727 into army planes.
This wasn't Donald Rumsfeld, was it?
I can't remember the guy's name.
Well, I know I heard Donald Rumsfeld on TV
No,
September 10th.
He's a Zionist.
Yeah, Donald Rumsfeld was on TV September 10th, actually, the day before 9/11, announcing that the Pentagon was missing $2.7 trillion. And like I said last week, that's the same part of the Pentagon where the evidence was stored, where the so-called plane crashed, where there was no evidence of a plane whatsoever. It was a missile. No way a plane can go through that much concrete. It's out of control. We got a phone call, Luigi. Go ahead.
Dov Zakheim. Banker for the Pentagon, dual citizen, a lot of dual citizens involved in this, people.
Donald Rumsfeld's real name is what?
No, not. I'm just talking about the guy who ran the company that refurbished the 727s, 767s, I believe, into refuel Army tankers. So he beefed up 767s, but those planes that you see were not used in the attack, if there was planes at all.
Yeah, I believe it. All right, let's take this phone call really quick. Caller, you're alive. You're on the air. What's on your mind? Where are you calling from? Hello. Hello, you're alive.
It's Steve.
It's Steve? I can't hear him. Oh, boy.
I hear him, Eli.
Hey, what's up?
All right, I hear him now. Go.
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Like I was trying to say is that I'm kind of glad you're doing this show, because this is important for people to wake up, because they're relying on the mainstream media, which is orchestrated, controlled by the higher ups. They put out what they want to put out and keep us asleep. This right here shows the real format, whether people realize it or not, but they should realize it and not be so ignorant, because really, it's like, they tell you one thing and they tell you the other. It's like in this society, like I was just saying, it's like 2 + 2 = 5. And we all know 2 + 2 = 4.
Absolutely, and you hit the point right on the head, Steve.
You have to look at it like that. In this society, it's 2 + 2 = 5. In this society, that's how we're looking at it.
You hit the nail right on the head, Steve. Absolutely. Listen, we got another phone call. I appreciate the call. Unfortunately, we are running out of time.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot I can get into in each thing.
All right. I love you, brother. I'll talk to you next week.
All right. Take care, man.
All right, Steve.
Take care, Luigi.
All right. Next caller. Caller, you are live. You are on the air. What's on your mind? It's 9/11 special. Go.
Hey, Eli. Just got a question. I've seen pictures of lady standing in the actual impact zone where the plane hit. Now, if that fire was so hot, how's that possible?
Where did you see this? Do you know what he's talking about, Luigi? He just hung up.
I think he might be talking about the Shanksville plane, the one that was...
Christopher Boland explained this. It wasn't a plane that crashed. It was a missile that hit that drench. But anyway, that's another subject. Let's take this next call.
Yep.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, what's on your mind? Go ahead, really quick. We got about a minute left.
Calling you to tell you I appreciate you educating the people.
Well, I appreciate you.
Keep your dream alive, that's all.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. God bless you.
Brother. Keep your dream alive.
Thank you. I appreciate that call. I appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening and taking in all this information, because and spread the information to everyone you know. Please. All right, Luigi, we got about 2 minutes left. Anything else you want to go with it, bro?
Like I said, everybody do their own research. The war on terror, man, it's a fraud, people. You know, all the wars in Iraq, all that is planned. They had to use 9/11 as an excuse. There's a lot of things to learn about 9/11 and the way we were tricked by the Zionists. They're just teamed up against us. It's called, I can't remember what it's called, the Israeli state or something. They want to take over the whole world. So I tell everyone, look into it. Look into Building 6, because that's a smoking gun right from the start. Nobody wants to admit that it was on fire before the whole thing started.
As well as building number 7.
Yes,
Smoking
Building
gun as
7
well.
went down later in the day.
8 hours later, yeah, it collapses. 2 planes, 3 buildings. You do the math. 2 planes hit, but 3 buildings collapse. You do the math. And buildings 3, 4, 5, and 6 get burnt to a crisp, but they do not collapse. It is disgusting, I tell you.
Yep. Destruction of evidence. Let the 200 Israelis go free. That's Chertok, who was in charge of the criminal investigation. There was none. They didn't even want to have an investigation. Right away, it was Osama bin Laden, the evil one, did it.
The boogeyman, Osama bin Laden, watch out. He is coming to get you with ISIS, ISIS, ice cream. Where is my Dominic hat? Oh, whatever. Anyway, Luigi, unfortunately, we are out of time. Anything else you want to say? You got 20 seconds.
Well, everybody look into it. Like I say again, the buildings were the size of an acre each floor. There's no way all that could just turn to dust. No way.
You're damn right. All right, thank you, Luigi. Thank you. I thank you so much for all that wonderful information. And I appreciate you hanging in there with me, as always.
God bless you, Eli. We'll call back next week.
All right, brother. And join me every week, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on mnn.org. And please get out there, inform your brothers, inform your sisters about what's going on with this 9/11 truth. Let the info be known, and just spread the news, please, because we have been attacked and our country has been taken over and we are being taken over. So, God bless America. God save the United States Constitution. And if you have received this transmission, then you are the resistance. Tell him, Luigi.
Good job, Eli.
God bless, brother. And God bless everybody else out there. Talk to you next week.
Peace, everyone.